Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Quee. If you are new, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hey y'all, for today's mukbang, we are doing chili cheese dogs and some homemade french fries. I got some water today, y'all, just in my little bottle. I didn't even toast y'all. We still toast to water over here, okay? Because water is what you need. But hey y'all, how y'all doing? Let me know how y'all doing. Let me say my grace. Why is the air still on? So y'all, we're back. I had to turn the air off. I like to turn the air off because I don't like y'all to hear the air running. But anyway, y'all, we got some fries. Oh, I love homemade fries. Come on, focus. Girl. Don't need to worry about it. So I got vinegar, ketchup, and hot sauce on my fries. On my hot dogs, I got lettuce. On my hot dogs, I got ketchup, mustard, chili, and cheese. So good. Ain't nothing better than fried potatoes. We got a story time today, y'all. Let me eat this one first because I don't want the vinegar to get on my bread. How y'all doing, y'all? It's Monday. Happy Monday. Start of a new week. So, starting with story time. There was a girl named Stephanie, y'all. Stephanie grew up in a good household. If y'all see me look to the side, I wrote down my story because this story was kind of long, so just in case I forget. Stephanie grew up in a good household, close-knit family. It was her and her sister. They were the only children. Their mom and dad was married. They was pretty spoiled. They got whatever they wanted. And both of them were like daddy's girls. So their mom and dad split up a couple years later. Which kind of took a toll on both of them because I told y'all they were close. So after they split up, the mom moved to Mississippi. They were staying in Florida at first. So the mom moved to Mississippi. So they were like back and forth. You know when couples break up, it's like they back and forth at the mom's house, the dad's house. And it was 400 miles away from, where they originally stayed from her dad. Her mom was a cosmetologist. So eventually they end up staying with their mom full time. And then eventually they moved back to Florida where her mom had her shop, a hair salon shop. So Stephanie, when she turned 16, she decided to, you know, that she wanted to do hair too. So she went, while she was in high school, she went to college and she got her license and she started working at the same shop that her mom works at, her mom's shop. So by the time she got in 12th grade, Stephanie gets her boyfriend. She ended up getting pregnant in 12th grade. Her and the guy didn't work out after the baby got here. They broke up. And she had her first child, which was a son. But Stephanie is making ends meet. She's 19 now. She's still working, you know, with her mom. She moved into her own apartment, so she's taking care of her business like she needs to. So a couple of years after she moved in, she meets another guy. He's 23, he's older than her. His name is Michael. Michael was a real flashy type guy. He had money and he would buy her, you know, all the material things. He was materialistic, so he bought her everything. He dressed nice. So that's why she gravitated towards him. He helped her take care of her son. He would take them on trips. They were going everywhere. So he was able to do everything for her that she wasn't able to do for herself. Her family really didn't approve of him because they thought he was like a drug dealer. But she said she never saw him dealing drugs. She just knew he had a lot of money. So basically at this point, he's taking care of her. She don't really got to worry about money, but she's still, you know, working at her mama's shop. So 2 years pass. Stephanie becomes up pregnant again. So she breaks the news to Michael. He happy because this is his first child. You know, it's her second child. She already have a little boy. So, but she pretty iffy about it because she said the relationship became real sour. And she felt like he would try to control her if she had a baby. That was the vibe that he gave her. But he was pretty excited about it. But in the midst of that, he get locked up for drugs while she's pregnant. And he ended up getting 5 years in prison. So when he get locked up, she started to struggle. She's still working with her mama, but it wasn't enough money, you know, to take care of 2 kids. She ended up having a little girl while he was in jail. So now she has 2 kids, so she started to struggle because she wasn't getting, you know, the money that she was getting when he was out, because he was always throwing her money. She didn't have to worry about bills. She didn't have to worry about none of that while he was out. So it's getting kind of tough for her because now she got to raise 2 kids. She got daycare fees and all that for 2 kids. So she said she had to find a way, you know, make a way for her ends to meet, because she wanted to, you know, do the right thing for her kids. She wanted to take care of them. And she just did what she thought was right. So she started selling herself. But the intent was not to, you know, continue to do it. She was just going to do it just to, you know, make money for that month. And then she was going to leave it alone. But you know, you get addicted to it when you see that fast money coming. So she continued to sell them. So she ended up meeting this other guy. She met this guy named Anthony. I don't really think they were a thing, like a couple, but they had a brief little fling, but she ended up getting pregnant again with her third child. Yeah, this is so good. Big potatoes. So she ended up getting pregnant. By the time the baby comes, her and Anthony went their separate ways, but she said he was a good father. He did take care of his responsibility. So she, at this point, she like, you know, I gotta continue to sell. I gotta continue to sell because now I got 3 kids, so it's even harder now. So this time she have another little boy, so she got 2 boys and a girl. And she by herself again. So she's still selling. So one day she get a knock on the door and she trying to sell something to somebody. I guess it's a person that she never seen before. It turns out it's an undercover cop trying to sell her. I mean, they're trying to act like he, you know, buying drugs from her. Which she gets arrested for, I think she got it for cocaine possession with intent to sell. This is her first offense, so she ended up getting 1 year probation. And she's like in this work release program, I think, where she can only get out when she go to work. So she'll get out of work, she'll go to her mama's shop, and then she'll have to go back. So that was like her daily routine for a whole year. Her sister had to take on the responsibility, you know, of getting her kids while she was, you know, away. So after that long 9 months after that long year of her, you know, being on probation and being on this routine, she got out. She said, you know, she wanted to change her life. She don't want to mess with any more bad boys. But as soon as she get out, you know, she get an apartment. She's back on her feet. She's still working at her mama's shop. No, she wasn't working at her mama's shop. When she got out, she started doing hair at home. But as soon as she get out, Michael gets out. Because I told y'all he was serving 5 years. So by this time, it's time for him to get out. As soon as he get out, he calling her, you know, saying he want to see his daughter. He want a relationship with his daughter. So she agreed because she said she remember how it felt when, you know, her mom and dad split. And she didn't want, you know, her little girl to grow up without her dad if he wanted to be in her life. But she didn't want the drama that came with Michael because she knew, you know, what situation she was in, and she didn't want him to bring that negativity back in her life, because she had already done, you know, that year in for, you know, selling the drugs. So frequently she would let him come to the house, you know, spend long hours with the daughter. He would buy her clothes, and she said she started to see like the same pattern she saw before with him trying to flash her with money. He would give her daughter like big whops of money. So she put them to the side and told her, you know, this ain't that kind of party no more. I ain't into that stuff no more. I don't want it nowhere around me. So he like, you know, he agreeing, saying, you know, this ain't what it is and all this. So one day, Stephanie is not at home, and he's there. He bring like a big duffel bag with a big safe in there, and he puts it up. He hide it upstairs in her attic without her knowing. So like 3 weeks passed with this bag upstairs in her attic. She didn't know nothing about it, you know, but he's still coming to her house frequently. I don't think they rekindled anything. They were just friends because, you know, she wanted her to have a relationship with her dad. So he was just coming over there spending a lot of time with the daughter. So 3 weeks in the past, you know, she in the house doing hair. He comes over, Michael comes over. He comes to bring the little girl some school clothes. She said he's sitting in the chair, you know, everything all cool, and they get a knock at the door, and they bust, the SWAT team like bust up in the house, you know, with guns, saying put your hands up. And her daughter is right there too, witnessing this. They feeling her, you know, seeing what's on her, feeling him, seeing what's on him. Then they go search the house, which they find the duffel bag in the attic that he placed there. So they're looking for the key to the safe, and they search her again. She didn't have it because she's like, what in the world going on? I don't know where this bag came from. But of course they're not believing her. They search his pockets and they find the key, and they open the bag and they find like $14,000 in there and a lot of drugs. So they lock both of them up. Of course they're not listening to her story about, you know, she don't know who it is. So she goes into custody. You know, she's still telling them, you know, she don't know where this bag came from. You know, girl, I don't even know where this bag came from. Me and this man wasn't even together. He was just over there visiting his daughter. So he did admit that the drugs was his, but he still said that she had, you know, she was in this drug thing with him, which was a lie. And all his friends testified against her because his friends got locked up too. That was the reason why the SWAT team came there, because they told them that he had hid some money or something at her house. So that was the reason why they busted up in her house. So you know how they get all these plea deals, you know, to testify against Stephanie. So all his friends are saying, you know, she knew what was going on. She was in his business with us, so they can get their time, you know, reduced too, which was not true. So Stephanie ended up getting the life in prison, y'all, life. And Michael only ended up getting like 105 months or something like that. I don't know how much that is, but she got more time than him. I guess because it was in her house and she had just got charged, but he had just got charged too because he had just faced 5 years. I didn't get that, but oh well. So Stephanie ended up doing 16 years in jail, y'all. She ended up doing 16 years for this, something that she didn't even know about. And over the years, she tried to, you know, reappeal her case. They kept denying her over the 16 years. And finally at 16 years, I think Obama was doing the thing where he was letting people out of jail for like non-crime. People that were facing life in jail for like non-crime offenses. And he signed her bill, and that's the only reason why she got out. So she served 16 years before she got out. Her sister was with her kids the whole time she was in jail, those 16 years. So she missed most of her kids' life dealing with this man, girl. That's crazy. But I can't believe they gave her life for that. Like, she killed somebody. That's crazy. It's so crazy that they'll give you more for drugs than they would give you for killing somebody, for real. So 16 years of her life was gone, you know, and she something, you know, for something that she didn't even really know about. She didn't even know he had that bag, you know, but just because she was bringing him around, you know, that gave him the opportunity to stash this bag in her house, and she didn't know nothing about it. So it's just crazy. Watch the company you keep, okay? Watch the company you keep, okay? For real. But anyway, thank y'all so much for joining me today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to go follow me on my vlog channel. And I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye, y'all.
Somebody tell me the answers. Me and you isn't the answer.